so right now we're gonna check the seam specs and show you how to adjust them if need be. So first thing we're gonna do is on this second action arm, the one on the right, we're gonna go ahead and there's a pin up top. You'll see a number 2 and a number 10 hole. We're gonna move it from the number 2, push it forward a little bit. The holes will slide back, line them up, and then put the pin in the number 10 position. Okay. So that's so when we run our action, we can measure just the first seam. So now we're going to take a can, take your lid, go ahead, raise it up in there. Now we're going to go ahead and turn on our machine and run through a cycle. So it only does that first seam, so we're going to check that, turn it off. So now you're going to take it down and check your first seam. So either using the calipers or a micrometer or a gauge seam, you're going to check the seam. So you're going to use this and check the first seam. So for this first seam, you're going to want a number of 0.108 plus or minus 0.004. So that's what you're going to want for the first seam. If you need to adjust that, you go ahead and adjust that on this back part right here. So we're going to take, so you take this, you loosen this little nut, and then this screw back here, you take a flathead and you adjust this. You tighten it if your seams are too large, and you loosen it if your seams are too tight. So just adjust that. When adjusting that, only adjust it 1/8 of a turn each time before retesting, so you don't adjust it too much. So just adjust that, and then take your, tighten that back up. So now we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Adjust this and put it from 2 to 10. Now 10 to 2. So if you had to readjust it, grab another can, do that operation again, check your seam if you were good, then we're going to go ahead and adjust it, test the next seam. So to test the right one, we move this one from 2 to 10 and this one back from 10 to 2. So now we're going to go ahead and test this one out. So grab your can and your lid, raise it up in there. Turn it on. Take it out. And check your seam, just like before. For this one, we should be at 0.066 plus or minus 0.002. So check those seams. If you need to adjust it, you adjust it the same way. Loosen your nut. Then for the flathead right here, so if it's you tighten it if the seam is too large, and you loosen it if the seam is too tight. So after you have that, if you're good, then go ahead and put this back from 10 to 2. You can either go ahead and fill a can with water, or if you want to fill one with beer, go ahead. Test it with some liquid in there so you can check your seams. Go ahead, put a can in there. Turn that on. Now run it through. Can should be seamed. Take it out and squeeze it. No liquid coming out. We have a good seam.